Start the year off right with this healthy homemade granola. After 20 minutes, remove the granola from the oven and then using a spatula, smush it out so that the bar is about 1/4 of an inch thick. This doesn't need to be exact, but try to get it a little thinner and keep it even. Then pop the granola back into the oven and bake for another 20 minutes. At this point, the granola should start to brown a little and your house should be smelling amazing. Now using the back of the spatula or a wooden spoon, break the granola up into 1 to 2 inch chunks and then spread them out on the baking sheet. This again doesn't need to be perfect, and be careful not to accidentally tip the entire pan out onto the top of the stove. Pop the pan back into the oven for 5 to 10 minutes to ensure that the granola gets perfectly crisp. And just like that, you have your very own homemade granola. My husband and I started making this recipe back in 2020 and just never stopped. Salty, sweet, and packed with healthy fats and fiber, this granola is the perfect snack to keep you fueled throughout the week. Like I mentioned earlier, these days I always make a double batch, so one pan goes into a bag for my husband to bring with him on campus, and the other goes into our designated granola container and then into our pantry so we have it throughout the week as a yogurt topping or as an easy healthy snack. A few additional recipe notes: feel free to swap out any of the nuts and nut butters to whatever your personal preference is. I actually have some chopped pecans that I will be using for my next batch, so we'll see how that goes. And as always, feel free to adjust the cinnamon and salt levels to your own taste. You can even let it bake for a few extra minutes if you want to ensure that it gets extra crispy. The full recipe is up on my blog, so go check that out if you want to give making homemade granola a try. And as always, let me know if you make this.